Thank you for coming out to hear me speak today. My name is Gary Josephson, and I am running for the United States Congress in Ohio's 15th District, which runs from western Franklin County almost to the Indiana border. I really love to be on this campaign trail since I get to meet everyday people like you. When I worked as a union representative and organizer, the greatest pleasure was to leave the office behind and visit people in their homes, on the job, in stores, and in their places of play and entertainment. My campaign has adopted the slogan, "Restore Our Garden," because this slogan captures the demands of the American people to promote jobs, promote our environment, promote American democracy, promote truth, promote civility, and promote a decent future for our youth. At this time, I'm receiving no assistance from the Democratic Party since they barely noticed me until Denny O'Connor pulled out of the race in protest of the illegal gerrymandering of Ohio's political boundaries. While being the unexpected candidate does have great benefits, I can speak the truth, and you can vote for a person whose most important qualifications are that he is comfortable with his fellow citizens, believes in representative democracy, and takes seriously the responsibilities that go with representing you. I ran not because I needed a job, but because I believe in serving the American people. It means a lot more than calling people names, living on lies, or leading a mob down the street to intimidate our elected officials. Abraham Lincoln has asserted that there is no grievance that is a fit object of redress by mob rule. To add insult to injury, the leaders of this mob have formed a cult with millions of true believers whose whole purpose appears dedicated to destroying the just functions of our government. This cult denies climate change. It denies that our ballots are cast by real citizens and were counted fairly by dedicated public servants. This cult denies a sickness was dangerous, which killed 1 million Americans. They deny that the mob they promoted was a danger to democratic rule. They even deny that their dear friend Putin is the aggressor out to conquer another country. Most recently, this cult won a battle to deny women's privacy and right to make decisions about their health and well-being. Well, I'm running to help put an end to this cult and their know-nothing disruptions that they plan for this country. I ran because so many others seem alienated from taking action to provide remedies to the issues faced by the people of this country and the world. I grew up in a family that believed in finding remedies. This was basic to my family life and education. My father, he worked as a mechanical engineer, and in his work, if something broke, he would take it apart and find out what went wrong and redesign it. My mother was the treasurer and CFO of her father's business as an electrical contractor. And that electrical contractor employed only union electricians who belonged to IBEW Local 38 in Cleveland, Ohio. And her father was also the former union president of that local IB, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. Anyway, from these able parents, I adopted the attitude that most problems can be solved by good science and engineering, along with good accounting. Well, that can-do attitude was how that whole generation faced down the world gone mad in their times. I have in mind my grandfather's telegram to my father in 1943 when he graduated from the Ohio State University and joined the U.S. Army Air Corps. That telegram includes these words: "Be proud in serving your country. You help all humanity." And our prayers go with boys like you, because you belong to us and because you are fine, and with you ride the hopes for a decent world. My parents' generations faced problems as difficult as those we face today. Our issues in need of remedies include climate change, crime, unemployment, war, injury, disease, human rights, and women's and minorities' rights. And today, many fear those problems are overwhelming. That reminds me of the words of Franklin Roosevelt when he first was elected president in dark times of the Depression. What he said is the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Well, I'm running for Congress because on our own we can do little, but together we can shake off our fears and certainly make a difference. What Abraham Lincoln said 150 years ago applies today. He said, "In this age and in this country, public sentiment is everything. With it, nothing can fail, and against it, nothing can succeed." Well, I do not want to end this speech without undying praise for those American people who find the courage to speak out to right the wrongs that they see. Particularly, I have seen in my lifetime how many have escaped the barriers of bigotry, of class, race, and gender divisions. I remember their courage to go to work to provide essential services when we were plagued with the spread of COVID. I have seen people rise to the occasion and right the faults of this whole nation during the civil rights era and the movement to end the cruel Vietnam War. I believe they will find the courage to overcome the current challenges of this deny cult. Well, this country was established on the idea that everyone belonged. The "we the people" which begins the Constitution were not just words. It meant that no one was left out of the circle. True, they left many people out of the decision-making with limited or no rights. After all, they were the elites of their times and often afraid of everyday people. But they also feared even more that someone of their class of elites might declare themselves king, emperor, or create a permanent class of royal owners. So they found the wisdom to invest the power of the state in the name of the people. We, the people, established the people as sovereign over the land and its residents. As a result, when this government does something, it is our government that acts. When we become informed and participate in public affairs, especially with our votes, we can exercise our sovereignty to make a difference for every challenge we face as a nation. In turn, that participation will lead to that decent world my grandfather spoke of, and our garden planet Earth can become more peaceful, green, and plentiful. Thank you.